Hey guys, Marsdenkin here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. So tomorrow, or at least for me in the UK, tonight for you in the US, we are getting the new stage added to the Hero Extermination Extreme Z event so that we can awaken the TEQ MAJIN VEGETA. And wow, let me tell you, when I first started playing Dokkan, this was a unit that I had pulled maybe not straight away, but quite early on. And obviously I thought it was cool. I've always been a Vegeta fan, big fan of MAJIN VEGETA and the final explosion. So I had him probably only ever at like Super Attack 3 or 4. I think I used him in the first like World Tournament or 2 that I played. But obviously, as you guys know, he has become very, very outdated. I mean, we take a look at his Before Z Awakening tab here. Mass damage of a rare chance to stun, which was the only modifier that AoE units had back then. And then his passive was attack 50% at the start of the turn, which I guess back then, maybe not so bad, but his leader skill, AGL, Tech, and STR types HP and attack 25%. But one thing you can see, especially when you look down here at the category section, obviously the actual character of himself, of MAJIN VEGETA, is now in quite a lot of categories. Now obviously we do have the STR one, who also has an Easy A, who is very good. We have the free-to-play one from the Barbershop with the Battlefield related stuff. And then of course we have the Dokkan Fest TEQ Super Saiyan 2, who transforms into MAJIN VEGETA, so I guess he doesn't really count because he's not vying for a spot on the team because of the same name. And then of course we do have the AGL LR, but crazy enough, after this one we'll check through his details for his Easy A. He might actually overtake the LR in terms of the most usable version of MAJIN VEGETA. Not for the top spot, I mean overtake him to leave the AGL one probably at the bottom, because unfortunately it's nice that they upgraded the AGL one's 12 key super attack, but he still has no defense in his passive, so you're probably not ever going to use him in difficult events. So let's have a look at what we can expect from the Easy A from MAJIN VEGETA. All types key +3, HP, attack and defense 60%. I believe out of the Extreme Z area units from this Hero Extermination event, that is now the highest all types leader skill. Obviously not the highest in the game, but I guess that'll be useful for the future stages of this. He does supreme damage to all enemies with a chance to stun, which is... He's got 2 chances to stun? Why is this? It's only number 2. Oh, the number 1 must be for the pre-Easy A. So 25% chance to stun, which is okay because obviously it rolls that for every single enemy. So multiple enemies, every single one, you have a 25% chance to stun. Obviously you could get the God RNG roll and just stun everyone, so potentially useful. Attack and defense 60%, raises key by up to 3 and attack and defense by up to 60%. The more HP remaining, the greater the key and stats boost. So that means if you are starting off the event with him on turn 1 and you have full HP, then it's 120% attack and defense and gives himself 3 extra key, which is pretty good. Because MAJIN VEGETA units do suffer from the fact that they all have Over in a Flash instead of Prepared for Battle, which not a lot of units on your team might necessarily have. We do have Shattering the Limit, of course, which is a key link. Golden Warrior provides key as well. So getting that extra key from his passive is definitely useful. And then he gets an additional 88% attack when performing a super attack when HP is 60% or less. So that's going to make for an interesting buff. Hopefully we can get that when we see the showcase, because obviously if his HP is, say it's exactly 60%, then you're only going to be getting a certain amount of this extra buff here. So that's what? It's like 3/5. Yeah, I don't want to try and work that out, but it's going to be somewhere around like 32% from this part of his passive. So that drops to about 32%, but then you're getting an extra 88%. And because it's when performing a super attack, these numbers will have already been factored in, and then it will jump up by 88%. So potentially going to be able to hit quite hard with the super attack if you drop below 60% HP. The only thing I do think is a little bit strange about this, and we talked about this way back on the podcast when his Easy A was announced for JP, is that for a lot of players, I don't know, actually. It seems weird. I was going to say older players, but you probably have better units now. And then newer players, you might not have even pulled this guy yet. But his only use used to be the World Tournament before the game was flush with crazy AoE units. But now, like, if you use him in the World Tournament, you'll be getting that full buff from having full HP, but you're never going to see that secondary part of his passive, because you're never going to drop below 60% HP. I mean, if you play the tournament the way most people kind of speedrun play it, you don't ever take hits, let alone take 40% of your HP damage. So, be interesting to see what he does on some teams. Obviously, Super Battle Road, going to be trying him out there. I don't know how good his defense is going to hold up for something like Extreme Super Battle Road, but obviously we are going to try that out. So if we go over to the actual Extreme Z area tab, let's go through what you need to do. Look at all these medals now. They just keep adding to this one stage. So we've been working our way down. We had the Super Saiyan 2 Gokus, and now we have the MAJIN Vegeta. And then, of course, we will go over it. We have the physical Boo coming soon as well. That doesn't drop at the same time. So the TEQ MAJIN Vegeta, they haven't really updated. So the way this stage works is you have to bring Whis and Hachiyak on your team, and then they just keep adding the characters that have the EZAs, or the ones that get medals from the Hero Extermination event, or Evil Powers Strike Back, I guess. I'm not sure if this physical Boo will be in there for global. I'm not sure if they've been adding these guys once they get their EZAs, or if they have actually just all been in the pool since the beginning. I couldn't really tell you, because I've definitely never used physical Fat Boo on any of these teams. So what we want to be looking at is obviously the fact that MAJIN Vegeta is TEQ. So if you've been doing all of these awakenings so far, obviously you've got to bring Whis and Hachiyak. That's 2 members of your team already. But we have the EZAs for this, the old Trollhan, obviously an int type, pretty decent after his EZA, self-sufficient with Ki, so you don't have to worry too much about that. He has a decent enough all types leader skill. The friend lead that the game gives you is the MAJIN Vegeta. I feel like they seem to be doing that, where it's just always the person you fight against for these Extreme Z areas is the person you get to use. So even though he doesn't have orbs, he is fully awakened to 140, which means he has the all types 3 Ki and 60% leader skill, which is pretty good. So yeah, the Gohan, 40%. That means an overall leader skill of 100% for your team. So realistically, this one should be quite easy. As long as you bring an ally whose name includes Goku, this guy's going to be getting a ton of extra damage. Then we have the int Trunks, who's obviously had his as well. He has the same leader skill, so you could use either of them as the leader. Razor's attack does supreme damage. I mean, the event's probably not going to be going on long enough for the infinite stack to be making much difference. Ki 3, attack defense 70%, and then additional attack defense 30% per Super Saiyan's category ally. I mean, there'll be a few of them on the team potentially, although it is attacking in the same turn. And then, yeah, obviously, I mean, as many of the Saiyans as you can put on the team, they're just going to link up super well. And then a unit that I definitely recommend bringing, I've actually been link leveling this guy because I really like using him on the Super Saiyan 2 team, is the physical Super Saiyan 2 Goku, because he provides all allies 3 Ki and defense, and then he just gives Super Saiyan 2 allies attack. So it works great because it means all the non-Super Saiyan 2 units on the team are still getting Ki and a defensive buff, because I feel like the defensive buff is more useful for some players. Like if you're a whale fully paid to play and you just want to breeze through this EZA as quickly as possible, you're probably not going to be worrying about it and probably just, you know, beating even the harder stage out of the 2 for the medals. You're going to be beating it pretty much in like 1 or 2 turns, so you don't need to worry about little tactics like that. But for other people who maybe don't have some of the other units or don't have all the units maxed out with dupes and stuff like that, bringing a little bit of defensive support is really useful. And of course the Ki is going to help everybody super attack. So that's 3 units right there, and then obviously Whis and Hachiyak makes 5, and then you just need to bring 1 more. Obviously you probably want to avoid any of the AGL units just because MAJIN Vegeta is TEQ. So if you have this Gohan already as well, of course he doesn't have an EZA, so he is an older, kind of more outdated unit. He doesn't get any defense in his passive. His links are not the best, but, you know, for the sake of doing the Extreme Z area, you could probably throw this guy on just because he is int. and then he's going to be fine. Obviously, you've also got your actual MAJIN Vegeta yourself that you can use. Once you get him up to the stage of Extreme Z Awakening where his leader skill has increased, then obviously you could swap him in to be the leader, because he has a higher leader skill than any of the other ones that we've used. And then, of course, another one who is good for the same reason that the Super Saiyan 2 Goku is good is this physical Piccolo, because he provides all allies defense 77%. Doesn't provide any ki though, and obviously he's not a Saiyan, so he doesn't have links that will necessarily match up super well with everybody, although most people on the team do have Shattering the Limit. So I do think this one is going to be incredibly easy. Like I say, just run one of the int ones. I mean, technically all these ones that we've shown off all have this 40% leader skill, so just run one of the, apart from this guy because he doesn't have an easy A, run one of these guys as a leader. Bring the other ones on the team. Either bring the Goku, maybe you could bring the Piccolo instead of this Gohan, just because he is probably the weaker unit out of the bunch, as he doesn't have an easy A. And then this stage should be pretty easy, and then you can get yourself all of the medals to have the Extreme Z Awakened TEQ MAJIN Vegeta. So, funnily enough, because he's such an old unit, and I haven't pulled him in probably years, I'm one of those people where these gift cards as part of this current celebration to pick the free SSRs, I didn't really need anyone on the list, so I think I ended up getting the last like dupes that I needed for this guy with those tickets, because obviously now that he's getting an easy A, he might not be the best unit in the game. I might not run him a super amount, but you know, I want him to be easy A'd, rainbowed, fully leveled, ready to go. And then, yeah, we will take him into some events and try him out. So let me know what you guys think down below. I know Extreme Z areas are not the most popular thing in the game, but are you guys ready for this one? What do you think about MAJIN Vegeta? Let me know all this down below in the comments section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the link to my Discord in the description and join in the fun down there. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.